Welcome back. All right, we've had a little warm weather lately. Are weeds popping up in your lawn? If so, now's the time to tackle them. And Rebecca Jordy is with the Nassau County Extension Office. She's joining us right now. She's going to help you. She's going to help me. I got a new house in a few weeks. Rebecca, I appreciate you being here because I always learn something when you're on.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate it.
So weeds, right now we had a little bit of a warm spell, but now we're in this little bit of cold weather. But this cold weather is not enough to push these weeds back, right?
No, I'm afraid not. We need a real good freeze, and that's not going to do it. So the first thing we want to do is now is the time. This is the month. If you want to control your weeds in your lawn, this is the month to do it. Not fertilize, but control the weeds. And so our first choice would be like atrazine for your St. Augustine grass or your centipede grass. So March is the month to do that.
Atrazine.
Atrazine. That's one of the products. And if you don't know or don't want to use it or need to use something different, call your extension office.
Okay.
This is for shrubs, and this is just one type. I don't want you to think this is the only one, but this one's for shrubs. You just sprinkle it, and it helps control the weed seeds coming up. Now, when it's a full-grown weed like this one, Curtis, then that's too late.
This big old one?
That big old one. So
this
what we
big
have,
old one's full-grown.
Yes.
You got to pull those. You can't try to kill those, right?
Well, you can, and that would be this product on the far. That one. That is glyphosate, which used to be, we'll call it Roundup, but Roundup lost their patent. So now you can find it in every kind of, all the businesses, all the box stores have it. So I've got my nifty little tool, right?
This is really cool, folks. Life hack, garden hack.
Real expensive. So I take a yardstick and I duct tape a paint sponge brush.
The cheapest kind of paint sponge brush that there is.
77 cents.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pour this glyphosate in a container.
This
and I'm
concentrate in the container, add the water.
And mix it, I want to dilute it. I'll put it into concentrate and I'll paint it on the weeds I want. Now, the beauty of that is you don't spray it because you don't want to ever spray glyphosate because it can drift onto other things you want to keep.
And I think everybody out there has seen that patch in your yard. You spray with Roundup and all of a sudden you come out a few days later and you see that you got overspray in a whole bunch of areas you didn't want it.
Exactly, and then, so this will keep that. Plus, it will also reduce your exposure, and we need to reduce our exposure to pesticides as much as we can.
Sure.
So that's the tool to use. Real expensive, costs a whole $3.
That's crazy. And by the way, you want to. Not only is it better for the plant, better for all the other stuff around it, it's cheaper because this little bottle of concentrate will last way longer if you don't spray it and you're just dabbing it on the weeds.
Absolutely. Now we're talking about this is the month to spray for weeds pre-emergent. On your lawn, on your St. Augustine grass.
So this is important, folks. You were talking about this, and everybody's thinking, hey, the warm weather's coming. I'm just going to throw fertilizer down and weed killer, but no fertilizer right now on the grass.
Not on the grass. No, but on our shrubs we do.
Okay.
So for your azaleas, camellias, all your rhododendrons, gardenias, need an acid-loving fertilizer. This is just one type. It isn't the only one. But what's important about this is if you look on the back of the label, and we'll turn it over so you can see it. On the back of the label, in this, it's going to tell you that it has sulfur in it. And why that's important is because it lowers the pH just temporarily for you, and it will help it take it up through the roots. Now, right now, Curtis leaned over and he can smell it.
You can definitely smell it.
It's very strong, which means it's volatilizing, it's coming out into the air. That's critical because we know that we need to use it soon. And more importantly, we never want to mix our fertilizer with our pesticides. They need to be stored in a totally different area.
Totally different area, even though everybody puts all lawn stuff in the same area they're growing. How far apart they need to be?
They really should be in separate buildings if you can do it, separate sheds.
Really?
Yeah. It's too volatile. You smell it, don't you?
Yeah.
That means it's releasing.
All right.
Now, for our citrus, we need to fertilize our citrus this month. We need to fertilize our palms this month. So every shrub needs to be fertilized, all our trees and shrubs. This is the time to do it, but not long grass.
Okay, shrubs it's time to fertilize. Grass, it's time to kill weeds.
Exactly.
Now, what about killing the weeds in the shrubs?
That's where this comes into play. You can use
this is a pellet.
Or Mrs. Jordy's handy tool.
Or that handy tool there. Okay, so right now, as far as like the weed bed, my dad always used to make me go out and pull all the weeds in the weed bed. You're saying it'd be better to do this than to yank them all out?
You can. Pulling it is a great idea. And for this one, it's very easy. But there are some that are perennials. This is an annual, but there are perennials. And what happens with a perennial is even though you pull it up, you may not get it all. But if you've got a whole bed of them, then let's just paint them with the glyphosate, and then we can kill them, and it gets down into their roots. And the other thing is, if you only get glyphosate, don't let them kid you about getting something else into it. There are other things that they want to add that can translocate to your trees and shrubs, and we don't want that to happen.
No.
So only glyphosate. It only kills the green things, and then that's it.
I love it. I always learn something, and again, like I said, I got a lawn in a few weeks that I got to start taking care of. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot you heard just now. If you didn't pick it up, the best way, this is really cool too, folks. You want to save some money. The extension office in every county is open for anyone to call in, right?
Exactly so. Every county, there's 67 counties in Florida, every single one of them have at least one faculty from the University of Florida or Florida A&M. Those are our land-grant universities. And so we're there to provide you with research-based information on lawn and grass and on trees and shrubs, and basically anything solutions for your life. We've got it for you.
It's a gardening and lawn hotline year-round that you can use, and they're here for you. Yeah. We're already paying for it, right?
Yes, your tax dollars at work. And we do nutrition, we do budgeting issues, we do youth development. Yeah. So natural resources, you name it, we got it.
Very cool. Thanks, Rebecca. Appreciate you being here. After the break,